I am Mrs. Clara Varela. I'm a retired teacher from St. Teresa's High School, Sansteva. I taught in the school from 1972 to 2007. I am not originally from Goa. I am a native of Kerala. I would like to share with you how I actually landed in Goa and finally landed in Sansteva. I am the eldest of my family members because my father is the eldest son. He has 2 brothers more, 3 sisters, and we belong to a big family. But my father, I am told, wanted to leave Kerala and look out for better pastures out of the state. So when I was approximately maybe around about 5, my father, mother and I left Kerala, and to our bad luck I would say, he needed money, so he sold the house that he had, and with that money he proceeded to start a business of his own. He first went to Warangal, that's in Andhra Pradesh, where his younger brother also was there. We settled there, and as far as my memory goes, my mother fell sick after the birth of my younger sister, and she passed away within a few days, I think so. And my little sister was there also for a short time, and she too was taken to heaven, and then it was my father and me, and my uncle was there around, who helped us around. But my father was not at all happy there, because he didn't really get what he wanted, maybe the business, so he moved. From Andhra he moved to Orissa, present Odisha, to a small place called Chaleshwar, close to the town Balasur. There, with the money that he had, he started repairing tubes. That's what he wanted to set up, actually a tire resoling company of his own. That he could not start early that time. So he started with a vulcanizing machine and went on to buy later on bigger machinery. Meanwhile, I had no education, and as my father's business came up a little, he needed people to work for him. So he took 1 or 2 persons, and through them I was sent to Kharagpur, that's in West Bengal, with one of the workers' sister. And I was kept in their home along with their 2 daughters. And I went to school with those girls in an English school, St. Agnes High School, run by nuns, but they were Italian nuns, and I got a good education, and my father was keen that I should learn English. So because he was at that time of British, and he initially taught me only English, not Malayalam. So I went to the school. I remained there till class 5. I was promoted to class 6. This side my father's business flourished, then fell down. Fell down in the sense, the same people whom he took for work let him down. The result was it ran into loss, and he was forced to sort of sell it. I did not know anything that time, I came to know afterwards. That made him bring me back to Kerala, because he was insecure to keep a girl on his own. So he brought me back to Kerala, and there I stayed with my great grandmother, that's my father's grandmother, in my uncle's house. And with the money that he had after that splitting of that business, he restarted in Kerala. but worked for a few months, I would say, because I used to do the writing work for him because I knew English. But that too didn't work out. Then someone spoke to him about Goa, because by that time Goa was liberated and people were moving into Goa looking out for job. So my father also came to Goa. Maybe I don't know how exactly he went about, but he managed to find a place for himself, again to start the same work of resoling tires. He got a little place to stay. We put up the machine, and then he brought me to Goa. And we stayed at Thaner, that's between Kortali and that Verna road. And we stayed there, and again here also, maybe the Good Samaritans are all around for people like us. A friend of my father only, suggested that he put me to school at Sankwal. And the sisters took me. That time Sister Mother Jane was there, Sister Rita, Sister Pia. And since I was good in reading English and speaking English, those times it was very easy to get an admission. They took me, and then I joined the school in the 7th standard. Although I had not completed my 6th standard, and those days certificates are not that very particular, I got admission into the 7th standard. And I went to school walking from Thaner, where we stayed, right up to Sankwal. And that person who helped, his daughter too was there. She would join me near the church, St. Peter and Paul Church. We'd walk it to Sankwal and come back. It went on like that for a few months. And my father's business did not catch up. So within a year or so, he had to give it up. And when he had to give it up, he didn't want to cutload me back again. So he found out whether I could be kept in the boarding. And like all good things that happened to me, the sisters agreed to keep, Father Founder, Father Faustin, agreed that I stay in the boarding. So I was in the boarding at the end of the 7th standard. Then my father, which I came to later, left Goa because this business was not working up. He went to Kharad in Maharashtra. We got an employment for himself. He worked for a tire company only. Mandesh Pandey, owner, he had a bigger company with more machinery. He found job there and he worked there. And he used to send money for my boarding fees. Then 8th standard, 9th standard, he came to visit me one time. And then he paid up the bills and all. Then I think he had his own problems, I did not know. He never came back after that. Then later on, years later, when I met my uncle at home, they told me that my daddy went through depression because of loneliness and no proper job must be, and he went back to Kerala. And I continued living in Sankwal. When in 1969, I answered my 11th standard SSC that time from Punambur. And we were the second batch of SSC from Sankwal. And that time only girls. I did quite well. And then after that, the school gave me work to teach in the primary. 2 reasons were there. One was my bills were not paid up. After my father came in the 9th standard, 10th, 11th, my boarding fees were not paid up. And I had no other work. So I worked there for 2 years. And that time the salary was, for nobody would think, at that time was okay for us, 150 rupees. With that, I divided the money. Part of it would go into my bill. Part of it I would pay for the boarding and lodging. A little remained with me. And during this time, another good Samaritan, my benefactor, my mentor, whatever you might call it, my teacher, my maths teacher, Miss Lena Sequeira, from Mangalore. She was like my guide, my strength, my benefactor. She supported me all along. So for 2 years, although I had a meager salary, I was compensated. Somebody or the other would help me around. My friends were very good to me, especially the boarders who were from Bombay. And they were those rich boarders, some of them, who didn't mind sharing. So that way, without difficulty, I got through. After finishing those 2 years of teaching, I almost cleared my bills. A group of teachers whom I knew, one, Martha, she was a grand niece of Father Founder. They were going to Bhopal to answer an intermediate examination which was not in Goa that time. And I couldn't afford colleges, nothing. So they told me, why don't you come along? You can try it. So I was okay at learning things, so I could study. So it was like a long distance education. You have to study on your own. We managed, 6 of us went to Bhopal. We knew nothing of Bhopal that time. But Father Founder had a priest there who helped us. So once we reached there, they put us up in a place called, run by nuns, Seva Sadan. It was not a convent, but something like that, where they were taking care of all the Catholics here and there. They found accommodation there, answered the exams. And in the course of time, that in the few days there, I met a priest, a Goan priest, Father Dennis Carnero. And I was in a turmoil, could make out, because I could not come back for the work. Because they said, if you can find better, or maybe if you wish to go back to your native place, you can do that. So that was eating me up, sort of. So, Father was like a guide, a moral support, and helped me out. But I had no mind of going back, because I didn't have work, I could not adjust to Kerala properly. So a friend of mine advised me to come to Bombay and stay with her. So from that 71 June to 72 June had been a year of, I would say, turmoil, quite stormy for that matter, because I could not land anywhere for anything. From Bombay, my father was upset that I was in Bombay. He brought me to Karad, where he was working. Stayed there for 3 months. 3 months I stayed in Bombay. Then again he decided it's better not to keep this girl here. Brought me back to Kerala, kept me with my uncle. I was quite disturbed. I came back to Kerala in October somewhere. And then I continued the correspondence with my teacher. I used to write letters that time. And she'd always tell me, I'll try, I'll help you out somewhere. And sure enough, with God's blessings, especially my grandfather was very helpful. We have a big church in Trichur, Our Lady of $7. And there's a statue of Saint Sebastian. And my grandfather told me, go there. That time, we put a 5 rupee donation, pray to Saint Sebastian. Come. Then there, and 2 others, Saint Teresa is there, the statue of Saint Teresa is there. Came home and I continued my correspondence. And as things would have it, as a blessing, there was an opening in Sant Seva. And we had never heard about Sant Seva, nothing we knew. So Miss Lina told me, send applications. I'll try and forward them to you. Then she gave the application, and then here they accepted. Sant Seva they accepted. So she told me, you come. So my uncle, although he did not know much of Goa, he came to Goa with me, brought me to Sankwal. From Sankwal we came to Sant Seva, and I got that. That's how I landed Sant Seva. On 19th of June, 1972, I joined the school and my uncle went back. So that was the entry into Sant Seva. Then when I came, we were 4 new teachers. Miss Vinci, Miss Conci from Kunkulim, then Miss Mary Fernandez, many will remember her, from Seolim, and I. And Miss Bertha, who was headmistress also. And we stayed in one room in the school. They gave us a classroom. Half for these teachers, part of it for the headmistress, and little of it one table for food, a dining table. So like that it went off, and I think we made friends. I was quite happy that I got a job. And by that time I was a little bit scared because outsiders that were at that time were looked down upon, especially people from Kerala and all, like, that sort of a little bit of fear was there. But we managed, no problem. Holidays I would go to visit my uncle in Kerala. And here also I continued my studies. Because this is an undergraduate job, and I used to handle any sort of subject I could do. I could manage Hindi, English, geography, science, so those smaller classes I would teach that. And 5th standard had a division for the first time that year, and that was the reason they wanted there was an opening for a teacher. Then I continued my studies for graduation through Karnataka University. So it was like BA Part 1, BA Part 2, BA Part 3, and it was like holiday study. So I used to go to Karwar to answer the exams. At Lingaraj College in Karwar, and even that through correspondence I managed to get accommodation to stay, to get a room to stay there and answer the examination, and like that I cleared. 73, 74, 75 I finished my graduation in English and history, and I didn't get an upgrade by that time into a graduate teacher, but I finished my graduation. Then I wanted to continue studying further. Now meanwhile what happened in Sanstema was the class was extended, so the school needed the classroom what we were occupying. So after 2 years we were requested to find your own accommodation. Someone or the other helped us, and we 2 of us began to stay in Shimagir Muttatami, present broken now. And it is brought in, property has been bought, partly Dulurs there, then Francis that side, that big house. So Mary and myself stayed there. Vinci and Conci opted in Mira's house near the school, Lata's house later. And then 2 years we spent there. After 2 years, Fatima and Celia got married. We had to give up that house. Then at Kaitan, bakery owner, he knew us well because we were close in the convent. So he tried some accommodation, and then he gave us got accommodation for us, Poltodi, Olinthia's house. So both of us shifted there, and Conci and Vinci left. They got married and they went. And Mary and I continued there another 2 years, and within these 2 years I did my B.Ed, because we were told teachers are completing 5 years. Within that time, if you don't complete your training, you will be asked to leave. So I went to Nirmala's first, but I couldn't get because there were few seats. Recommendations were there, trained people were there. So we, 2 of us, my teacher, Miss Lina's niece, and I, we were in the waiting list. 4 in the waiting list then, but we didn't have another year to join. So she being from Mangalore, they knew more than me. So she knew about B.Ed external. So we decided to go to Mysore. So Vinny and I, that's the niece's name, Vinny and I both went to the regional college in Mysore. But when we explained ourselves, they said we cannot take because we give admission only to persons who have been teaching in the 8th standard onwards for 3 years, and I wasn't. I was teaching as an undergraduate. No? They directed us to go to another correspondence area called, the region, the whole area is called Manas Gangotri. Like it's a big campus, it's like a university campus. And there they have one unit of correspondence courses. So when we went there, we got the admission. And both of us did this course, the B.Ed. But it was a holiday course. Meaning is we had to attend classes a month and a half. That's in May, April, May, June, within that time. And give lessons in our school. That time Mr. Beck observed my lessons. Have lessons in our school. Go back again. It was a 2 years course. So both of us went. I took English and history. And both of us finished. We got through. In 77 December, I answered. Meanwhile, I was staying in January 78. Through Olympia and Freddie's daddy, Xavier's proposal came up there. And I was into that marriage thing. So I accepted, because I was working here also, and for me, like Xavier was working here, person who studied, okay. And so in 1978, I got married. 6th May 1978. Till then it was like a wandering life, unsettled life, unsettled accommodation. Finally it was a settled life, a permanent home, till date. Once I joined school, I was really enthusiastic. 2 things we had started, like one was the guides movement. Although I taught in the lower classes, I was a girl guide in Sankhwal. I had gone for a Zambori to Calcutta. And that time, one of the persons who accompanied, I came to know later, was Mr. Varela from Sansteva, was the inspector that time. He was one among the contingent that went. Then teacher Bharti was present, she was one guide that time. And I wanted to sort of, after that they gave us an option in the school to start optional subjects. So we went for guiding, because I was already a guide and I knew about guiding. And that somewhere in 75, I can't remember, there was a course for guide captains, which sister sent me. So I went for that, and even we met other teachers over there. It was a week's training, came back, then we started guiding in the school. Guiding for the girls, girl guides for the girls, and Boy Scouts. And Mr. Patil helped me with the boys. So that time they were happy about it. So although I was not teaching higher classes, I used to meet the higher class students with me for guiding. Some will remember me for that. I never taught them, but they used to come with me as guides. So we used to go for camps, trekking, hikes. I'm sure many of them will remember that. And even Trifan was there, Lobo. His students from there, boys for scouts. So that scouting we started and guiding we started. So it was a very lively life. Then I got promoted into that graduate list. Then I got graduated list, then trained graduate list. And life was quite stable after that. Then 1980, Fiona was born. And that time, Father Almir joined here in the church. And slowly, another 4 or 5 years, Xavier got sick. And present again a time of trial for me. 87, he passed away, exactly on 5th September. Yeah, it's tomorrow. And after that, it was quite painful. But here also, people supported me. The Xavier's family stood by me. And at church level, Father Almir supported me a lot. He was sort of like a moral support. And he got me involved into a little in the church activity, encouraged me to read in Konkani. I was scared because of my English accent, but Father helped me to try it out. And then he told me you can also help in the Goa diocese, because they were starting PPCs. As parish councils were just in the beginning formation stages. So I agreed with Father. So Father Almir's push. Then I worked with Father Mando Valadares, Father Pegada. He was at Lar at that time. Then present bishop, at that time Father Philip Neri. We were sort of like a core committee, visiting a few parishes and introducing the PPC, the parish council formation at that time. Meanwhile, Father Almir started the parish council here in Zuya. And he divided the whole village into vibhags. And then, I don't remember the year, but I was the Zababdari of our Samudai, Vibhag 15, for 2 terms. One term I did again, after that Father went, second term also continued. Then slowly that I came out of that, I didn't continue. One term I was vice president, I think so, of the PPC in that EXCO group. And that's how slowly I got involved into the parish. Otherwise I was quite scared, because English and accent and Konkani and not able to tackle it properly. But after that it became okay, I was confident. Although my accent is more English, but I'm quite confident to face the church and then do. Then at school level, really handle a lot of children, and they used to say, I used to say rather, school is my second home. I'm very comfortable with children, because that time, you see, children are not sort of demanding. They don't have too much of expectations at that time. At that time, teachers were looked up upon, and we were like only wanting to share knowledge. Today, the spheres have widened. At that time, it was more like input of knowledge to the children, and we had to look at all children, because ours was a village school, we had less children. The outlook was like, help the weaker ones, push them up into their studies. So it means go more and help the stronger ones, so that they do something in life, really, and many of them did come up, and today also they are. Like 1 or 2 students I remember in the early years when I joined, in 72 if I'm not mistaken. One was Imelda Montero from Kupa. Then there was Ronazine Gomes from Palwada, I think. No? Then there was Carl Montero, Dr. Rufino's youngest brother. Now, they have this, but those 2-3 children I still, names I can recollect. Not others remember me, I don't remember their names. But I'll remember their faces as soon as I see them. And sometimes they even recognize me by my voice. Even if I'm traveling somewhere, like, isn't that Teacher Clara? That much here. And there's a lot of attachment to children, on the whole, like, And I don't know whether I've been just in all my ways. I can't say no man is perfect. But I've tried my best in my own way to be of use to the children in the school, to the staff members, non-teaching staff, even to parents. I did not know parents earlier. Slowly, as I became part of the village, I knew the parents, their background, their children's problems, and then here and there, wherever I could help, I've helped. And then I continued like that till 2007, where for personal reasons, I took VRS. Just a word of appreciation to all the teachers, to all the sisters, the heads of this institution whom I have come in contact, and a word of appreciation to all my colleagues who have been friends, and but not just colleagues, they were friends. We were like a close-knit family, and all my students wherever they are, whichever part of the world they are, I wish them all the best. Whatever field they are working, I really wish them all the best. And I'm sure they remember me, they remember my voice now when they hear it. And I see them on and off, now that I'm at home, nothing much. There are a few who have passed away. May God bless them with eternal happiness. And all the best to everybody. Take care. Thank you. God bless you.